Hi there, I'm Terri Hicklin. I'm Vice President of The Farm, which is a local nonprofit. It stands for Foothills Arts, Resources, and Media. I should know the name of the nonprofit, shouldn't I? And I'm here today at Gail's place in beautiful downtown Nevada City with our friend Pinky Zalkin, who has something very exciting to tell the community about. So let's get right into it. Let's introduce Pinky. And Pinky, you're kind of a long-time community activist, some may say rabble-rouser. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been here, and what you've been up to.
Well, I've been here somewhere around 30 years. I'm from back east. And yeah, I've done a number of things, running supervisor campaigns, hospitality, just lots of different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I did move away for 7 years, between 2002 and 2009, and for 4.5 of those years, I was in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, progressive city in the South.
It totally is, but I had to leave because it is, with all due respect, it is the South, and I just,
It's not California, it's not New York.
It's not, well, no, I mean, it's kind of difficult to be living in the South in these times. Anyway, in some parts of the South. So while I was there, my very dearest friend, Elaine Light, who, if you think anybody here is an activist, you have not met Elaine.
Maybe we need to import her.
You do, but she won't leave Asheville. Anyway, she started a magazine called Critter over 20 years ago. And it's a monthly magazine, and it's about animal adoption, rescue, and education in Asheville and the surrounding counties, several counties. And at one point, a lot of seniors were publishing this as affiliate publishers, which I am going to be beginning in December, and I'll get to that. It was in Gainesville, it was Gainesville, Florida, it was in Knoxville, Tennessee, it was in Athens, Georgia, and several other places. One by one, the people retired. Now it's just being published by Elaine in Asheville and those surrounding communities. So before I moved back here in 2009, we talked about my bringing it here, and I said, I have no idea how to do this, but you know what? I've had no idea how to run campaigns or empty bowls or anything like that, so it didn't
You
stop
learn by doing.
You do. But I still didn't do it. What happened was, back in last spring, when Sammy's Friends had this huge meeting.
And tell us who Sammy's Friends.
Sammy's Friends runs what we might call the pound, out by the dump or the transfer
Animal
station.
shelter.
It's an animal shelter. And they have a thrift store, and it was started basically by Cheryl Wicks, who is endorsing what I'm doing heartily. And so they play a very important role in the animal welfare of our community. And there was a big, to say kerfuffle does not begin to describe it. And it had to do with the sheriff's department and what was the future of Sammy's Friends. So there were a huge number, hundreds and hundreds of people last spring.
Funding issues and who was going to take over
Who was
shelter.
going to take over, a lot of details. And so at the Foothill Event Center, all these hundreds of people were there to hear what was going on. And I was one of those people sitting actually outside because there were that many people. I just looked around at all these folks who were there because they cared about the critters in our community. And I'm not just about dogs and cats, I'm talking about all of them. And like a little light bulb kind of went off. I said, it's time for Critter. So that night I went home and I called my friend Elaine in Asheville. And I said, you know what, Elaine? It's time for Critter. Well, it's now almost November. This was supposed to come out. This is the cover of what is going, you'll see it, I guess you're going to do it. Anyway, of the December issue of the local Critter magazine. So now Critter will be published locally. And what it is all the animal rescue places, horse rescue places. There's something called CAPE. There's all these many, many, many different organizations that we are blessed to have here in our community. We'll be able to advertise for free in the magazine. There'll be a calendar. There'll be articles. I have different people, lots of different people who are giving me fabulous articles that will appear. And it's supported, this monthly magazine, which will be distributed all over the community, by the ads of businesses, individuals, people who are just interested in supporting this magazine. And it'll be 13 pages. It's color. It's actually printed in Mississippi on very high quality newsprint. And I am over the moon excited about this because the enthusiasm that I'm getting from people about this magazine, and I have to tell you, I am learning so much about what is happening in the world of, let's just say, dogs. I had no idea about trafficking and the breeding. There's a lot of very upsetting things that I had no idea about.
The mills, the puppy mills, and those kind of things.
And just all kinds of stuff. I mean, if you ask me about Senate Bill 562, single-payer health care, I can tell you everything about it. But I did not know. And it's quite disturbing. I was just meeting with one of the rescue people this morning, and just before coming here, and some of the things I'm learning, it's horrific, it's upsetting. Those kinds of stories, as well as positive endings. Positive endings will be inspiring things, but also educational things that we need to know about. One of our vets, Susan Murphy, is going to write something so we can learn about prevention of various illnesses in critters.
Parvo and
just you name it.
The tick diseases and
all
those
kinds, and
kinds of
spay
things.
and neuter. Spay and neuter is a very important thing. So each month there'll be a different person with a critter. I don't care if it's a caterpillar, a rat, or a dog. I really don't care. And by the way, you can tell I'm from the East Coast. Dog. People make fun of how I talk. Anyway, so yes, you can look for this. It will begin publishing, if I get all the support that I think I'm going to get, in December. It will be at the places where people are advertising. Feed stores, veterinarians, the SPD, I'm sure, the library, all over. The first run will only be 3,000 copies. Even Honda in Auburn wants to support this.
Well, animal lovers, you know?
Yeah. So again, it's critter because there's all kinds. I mean, there's pigs and there's chickens and there's horses and dogs and cats and even rats.
Yeah. And, well, this community, I think, is famous for their
Heart.
love of animals.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very, very critter-friendly
It
community.
totally is.
And, you know, the turnout at that event for Sammy's Friends and the outcry of the public when it looked like they may not have the contract to run the shelter anymore was really pretty overwhelming. People were coming out of the closet, so to speak, to voice their opinions.
They were.
So, you know, our pets and our critters, our furry friends are very important to us all. You know, where would we be? Where would we be? So it's coming out.
I want to just add something also when you say our critters. So what I'm also going to do is, you know, you see obituaries in the paper. Well, we're going to have a part that says crossing the rainbow bridge. It's a phrase I was not familiar with before. And if someone's pet, they're part of the family. If they leave us, they could, if they want to, they could have something in there. It's an obituary.
Remembrance.
A remembrance of that animal.
An honorarium.
Exactly. So, and I'm inviting people to call me and I'm looking here because it's a new number for me, so you'll have to forgive me.
Tell us.
It is 812-1050. You can call or text if you'd like to support this with an ad, with a paid ad, so that we can afford to print this and distribute it. Again, it's monthly. So that's 812-1050. I would give you the website, but we're still working on that. There's one for Asheville, but we're still working on the local one.
Yeah, we want the local one for sure.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like this is just really going to be a wonderful undertaking for you and for the community. I mean, I think I hope that it's going to be highly supported, and I know I'm looking forward to reading it and seeing the articles and the tips, health tips.
Oh, yeah.
And what have you for our fabulous furry friends. So I want to thank you very much for being with us today, and we really look forward to Critter Magazine coming this winter.
In December.